burns inside. I stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll haunt you forever, no need to hide. When it all goes wrong and it burns inside, I'll stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll haunt you forever, no need to hide. I'm a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. When I know what's wrong and I know what's right, I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I know what's wrong and I know what's right. I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian.
Hello, hello. Happy Friday night, everybody. Welcome. Terry, you're in the dark. What happened there? Did you turn the light off or something?
Ta-da!
There we go. There she is.
She had to dim it for your intellect. It's okay.
Oh,
Starting
well
already.
done, well done. The gloves are off. The gloves are off. Here we go.
Square up. Let's go.
So welcome, everybody. Friday night edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? And thank you. This is the #1 rated game show at 8 p.m. for people 36 to 48 who know chicks dig libertarians. And my assistant's been putting cool stuff in here, so the raised chickens, not taxes, is in here now. So please share this out. Invite your friends. It's a lot of fun. We do some cool stuff in the chat. So we're also on YouTube. There's the YouTube channel. We're on Rumble. That's the Rumble channel. Joining us tonight, a return contestant, Leslie Batts. Welcome back, Leslie. Oh, we got a bow. Excellent.
Yeah.
And also joining us is Rebecca Massey, who is, I guess I should have said too, with Leslie Batts 02 on Twitter, Leslie Batts 02. Also joining us, Rebecca Massey, who is the other Massey, no relation to Thomas Massey that we know of, right, Rebecca?
Not that we know of, no. Although if you ask Twitter, he's been my husband, my brother, my dad. But I do have a son named Thomas. So that's the fun fact for tonight.
There we go. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who may not be familiar with me, if you pop over to my Twitter feed, pinned at the top, you'll kind of see sort of what got some interesting attention in news circuits in relation to a city council meeting that I had attended back in August. But more recently, I've actually come on to be a part of the You Are the Power team, and I am the Western Regional Organizer. So I'm over Arizona and then all of the other 12 most Western United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. So if you are interested in helping out, please shoot me a DM or message me on Twitter or what have you, and light a bat signal, something. I'll reach out.
Excellent. And you mentioned You Are the Power, and I'm a huge fan of your organization. I was promoting it over Christmas when you were doing the fundraiser. I wore the fancy Christmas sweater shirt for a bunch of shows. So can you introduce You Are the Power for those who are not aware?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for those who are unfamiliar, You Are the Power was founded by Spike Cohen, who was on the Libertarian ticket in 2020. He was the vice presidential nominee, with Joe Jorgensen being the presidential nominee. And after the election in, I want to say 2021, is when he decided to sort of take things a different direction and move away from the Libertarian Party, not in the sense of he's forgetting where he's coming from or anything of that nature, but just there's got to be a better way to do it and a better way to reach out to more people. And so, what You Are the Power is it's a group of grassroots activists, or people who advocate for things in their local community. And a lot of it does stem from government overreach, and the issues themselves typically boil down to simply human respect. So we've done everything from child custody and like CPS type cases where there's an abuse of authority there. They helped out with my specific case from back in August in getting some charges dismissed. And they've helped with just a ton of other things. And there's even nonprofits that they've partnered with, like One Love Longview and Nourish Our Neighbors, things of that sort. So just all about bettering the community, human respect, and working on it from the ground up.
Excellent. Great organization. Help them out if you can. They have really cool swag too. I've got some of their stuff, some of their shirts, and I always keep this on my desk in case I need it. So,
oh hey, I was wearing that shirt once upon a time.
There we go. So yeah, so great organization. Thank you for being here tonight, Rebecca. Really looking forward to it. And rounding out ladies' night is Casey, host of Both Parties Suck. Oh wait, wrong Casey. Sorry. We actually have Casey Moscrip. Who knew there were so many Caseys? So Casey Moscrip, wife of what's that guy's name? I can never remember his name.
David.
Oh, David. That's right. I haven't seen him in a while. Welcome, Casey. Could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. Hi, I'm Casey Moscrip. David is my husband, as I think you all know him very well. I am an attorney. As we were talking about before the show, I'm not that kind of attorney. I'm in-house counsel at a consulting firm, so I do a lot of paperwork. People usually glaze over when I explain what my job is. On the side, I train AI models to undertake complex reasoning. And then on the other side, David and I are in the process of starting up a non-for-profit to kind of privatize caregiving for families with special needs, adults and children, where they're having to right now go through like Medicaid, and you have very low access to, quality caregivers. That these people are coming to your house. They're paid like $11 an hour. They're unreliable. You can't live your life. You can't be confident that your loved one is at home safe. So we're kind of looking to flip that on its head and kind of privatize it, and trying to think through all the practicalities of that right now. So and as far as politics, the most political I've gotten is I was a delegate for Florida for the Libertarian National Convention, and I was the nerd sitting in the corner with a binder saying, why are they trying to weaponize the bylaws? I'm going to call them out on it. So I don't know what I'm going to contribute, but I'll do my best.
So we were actually just talking about that. Could you confirm that the first thing I ever said to you was at the Libertarian Convention? I said, when you were introduced as David's wife, I said, are you here against your will? Blink twice if you're being held hostage.
You 100% said that, yes.
Okay. Nobody
Blink
believes
twice
that I
if
said
he's holding
that.
you against your will. Yeah.
If you're being held against your will, because I just didn't believe you were there on your own. So turns out you were. Who knew? But I mean,
there was a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, that's a service I performed just in case. I was ready to help you get loose. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let's see who's here. Chris is here. Welcome, Chris. Exorcist wants to know where Kelly is. And he also thinks somebody looks liberal. Chris says 200 points to Rebecca for up in Spike and You Are the Power. Exorcist gave you a negative
-100
for being a ginger, though. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
And then -500 to Free for not letting Leslie talk, fascist government. Yeah, so that happens. Are we spelling Casey's name right? That's up to you. Dealer's choice on that. We know that there's at least 5 spellings for Casey, so use any of them. We'll know who you're talking about. 100 points for the new Carrie. I don't know if you guys are in on the inside joke, but you have to spell Casey's name wrong like his parents did when you want to take or give away points from Casey. So that's going to probably be continuing over to tonight. Yeah, welcome everybody. Terry says welcome to Ladies Night. Shirley, welcome. Very late or early in England. Thank you for joining us. Please share.
Early in the morning over there.
Yeah. And oh, there he is. That's the guy whose name I couldn't remember.
Who's talking shit? Everybody's talking shit. Somebody just said in the comments. What we do.
Welcome, Dana. Welcome, Zach. There we go. Andy agreed with me. What a big upgrade to the contestants. I mean, like huge. We went from like 1.0 to like 9.0. 500 Massey, great glasses. There we go. Oh, Ryan Woodcraft running for school council in El Paso. So if you're out there, please vote for him on election day, which is coming up pretty quick here. So Scientific says 500 to Rebecca for having the same pair of glasses he has. That's why you're squinting in your profile pic, isn't it? 1,000 points to David's wife. There we go. That'll be it's paying off for you for once there, Casey. That's nice. Minus 100 to Free for having the least testosterone on the panel. 500 to Casey for looking way better during this episode.
Is he talking about the other Casey? I hear David say that name a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it is.
200 to Casey for not being David. That's good. 100 to Casey for making David's wife. I know that's hard. 200 to Casey for spelling her name without an unnecessary E. 1,000 to Casey for being the one that wears the pants in the house.
Oh my gosh.
500
You guys are going to
to
give me
Casey.
so much trouble after this is over.
500 to Casey for having a less significantly significantly less African fertility statues in the background compared to David. I don't know if you've heard, we've made fun of all of your home decor.
I have, yeah.
The months, yeah.
Well, that is actually the fertility thing.
Yeah, we heard he got it at Hobby Lobby in the discount section is what we heard.
Nice.
1,000 to Casey for being the nerd in the corner. Yep. Hi, Sherry. Let's see. 200 to Casey for knowing the bylaws better than McGriddle. 100 points to Casey for being the most my wife of all the contestants. Oh, here we go. Here's the other Casey who's talking shit. Here we go. 200 all the beautiful ladies. Oh, hey, Tammy, welcome. OB's here. Welcome, OB. Minus 5,000 to Casey for spelling it wrong from the other Casey. And 500 to Casey for being blonde. So, all right. I think we got through them all there. So the idea here was we were doing ladies' night, and we're going to be funny. We're going to have a lot of fun, as you can see from the comments. Please, keep talking to us in the chat. But really, the idea behind this was I am very fortunate to have this lady right next to me here, Terry, that helps me with all my endeavors here on the internet. And so we wanted to highlight strong women in the liberty movement that I'm big fans of, and I couldn't be more happy to be here with these four ladies tonight. Leslie and I did the 4 shows together, and she's just an incredible, incredible lady, and did a great job with those. And Rebecca, I've been a fan of for a while, and Casey's one of the smartest ladies I've come across on all of these things with the Libertarian Party, and she's helped me with some stuff, and she's just a great, great lady. So really, really fortunate to be able to spend the night with these ladies. So hopefully you'll have as much fun as I do. So we got one from Woodcraft. Anyone with the last name Batts or Massey gets $750. There we go. Oh, see, now you're paying the price for being married to David. We expected this coming. So. 500 to Rebecca for being able to down more anesthesia than the rest of the group.
Yes.
Don't have too much fun spending the night with my lady. Fair. That's fair. To be fair, Free doesn't get out a lot to meet the ladies. That's also true. Yep, very true. The internet bet is that I wilt like a flower here. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so getting back to it. Like I said, the lovely Terry Batch joins me as always, our producer. She runs the show in the background here, does all the important stuff, the scorekeeping, the chat, all of that stuff. So keep the chat going. Let's make it fun tonight. And that's me. I am Freedom for Us for All, and the show is Freedom Uncut. And Mini Free helps us out. That's my son. He's Mini Free for us. If anybody wins tonight, they would get the imaginary Ron Paul holding the Ron Paul Gold Trophy. And we have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? How to Do Accents Like a Democrat, the Ron Paul bobblehead and the Murray Rothbard bobblehead, the Biden Crime Family Grand Theft America video game, Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass, as well as the Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear. And new this week is the Britney Spears Chia Pet. So we have a really nice prize shelf of imaginary stuff that we'll never give away. And we also have the Killdozer Lego, which the other Casey is actually building a very cool version of. One quick note, on a sad note, I wanted to where are we going? We lost someone in the Liberty movement this week, Steph McNamara, who was the wife of a good friend of ours, Stephen McNamara. She was a voice for liberty in Scotland, just an amazing lady. It was really touching to see all the tributes online to her, and we wanted to just send our condolences. Sad that this happened, and kind of interesting that we pointed out on Ladies' Night here, because this was a great lady in the Liberty movement. So our condolences to Stephen and his kids and all of those that loved her. She will be missed. So let me see here. All right, so the rules. I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup.
You're
rules
way
are-
outnumbered, Bree.
Yes,
Good thing I'm ungovernable.
Yes, there we go. So the rules are: you can debate each other. You could veto someone else's answer. You could tariff their answer and get their points, or lose the points if they lose points. You can ask for a recount from the Fed, which is Terry, and that won't go well for you. And because we're inclusive, we have the Democratic option of redistributing someone else's answer. So if they work hard and earn points for an answer, you can be lazy and just take their answer. So
Disappointed there's no filibuster.
there is no filibuster. We're on a time schedule here. We got important stuff to do. But similar to the government, you will have to fill out forms at the end to see if you owe us money or if you're going to jail. And the scores are done by the chat. So you control the score. You can give or take up to 1,000 points from contestants, as you've seen in the comments here. It could be for any reason. It could be just for knowing David, which has happened a couple times already. But if you like their answer, tell us why, or give them points, or take points, or whatever you want to do. Also, 1,000 to Terry for getting 50% of all female libertarians together. I didn't put that on the screen, so I don't know what we're doing. All right. You can also, if you were a previous contestant, you can nuke a score. So any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it all the way back down to 0. They only get one chance to nuke a score. A contestant can only be nuked one time, so use it strategically, but it drops any score all the way back down to 0.
Wait. Does that mean it can be dropped up to 0? Because we all know that most of the time these scores end up in the negative anyway.
Yeah, I know that's Terry's discretion. We don't really go over the rules, and we don't have meetings or anything. So this is just we wing it. So you start off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. And all right, let's go. Lightning round. So the rules for lightning round are: 1 sentence answered. Scores are determined by your performance for the entire round. And the twist is you judge each other at the end of the round. So Terry removed herself, so she's back, and she will be taking care of the scores. Let's just go, let's see real quick here. Let me do a couple more of these. Chris says 200 to Casey for wearing David's black shirt better than he does. Casey's already surpassed Davis's total score over his game show appearances, 500 to rub it in. I guess that was David. Minus 100 to Free for pointing in the wrong direction. I thought I pointed in the right direction. I don't know. Yeah, I'll change Brittany. There we go. I've heard these instructions 1,000 times. They still don't make sense. Very true. And plus 100 to Leslie for bringing math into this game. There we go. All right. Let's see. All right, so back to it. All right, Leslie, to you. Are you ready?
No, but we're going to give it a shot.
All right.
Oh.
The topic is healthcare policy. Should individuals be allowed to choose any medical treatments without FDA oversight?
Yes. It's a very simple answer, yes. There should always be an opportunity for any patient to choose their treatment, no matter what it is.
Okay. Casey, to you. Should women be able to purchase prescription medications directly, bypassing federal restrictions?
I guess I'll ask the question back. Why specifically women? Are we talking about birth control or?
Just the theme of the show, ladies' night.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I think improved access for especially like underserved communities, but I think there need to be federal restrictions on like price. For insulin's a good example where they run up the price for people who are dying, and then because the drug companies just don't have any regulation on them. So
Okay.
I know that's a terrible libertarian answer, so I'm going to get like all the negative points.
And you lawyered me at the beginning, which I take points away from. Just saying.
Right. Yeah, no worries.
All right, Rebecca, to you. Should malpractice lawsuits be resolved through private arbitration instead of courts?
Ooh,
These are out of order here.
that's a
There we go.
spicy one. I mean, I think the answer is it depends, right, on how egregious the malpractice is. I mean, ultimately, if you can resolve it through arbitration, that's of course preferable because it's less cost for everybody. But you also run into the issue with the courts and the government being in. The courts are literally a part of the government, right? So, and we know the government is not usually benevolent in all matters. So, kind of a catch-22. It's a non-answer for a politician. So, on theme.
All right. I lost 100 more for pointing in the wrong direction. 250 to first person that spells Ryan, YMCA style. Leslie got 200 there. 500 to Leslie for being correct. Minus 750 to Casey for questioning the government's motives. Yes, thank you. I knew that was coming. 200 to Casey. Minus 100 to Casey for saying sandwich. Minus 100 to Casey. David is trying to be the best birth control he can be. Give him some credit.
Poor David.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. All right. All right. Leslie, back to you. Next topic is motherhood and public policy. Should there be no federal safety regulations on baby products, relying on consumer advocacy instead?
Ooh, toughy. No, because as we're finding out, there should be, I don't know whether regulation is the right word, but definitely oversight, because there are things being found in baby formulas that are unhealthy and inappropriate. So regulation versus oversight, I mean, I don't know how you want to define that, but there definitely needs to be somebody paying attention to what's going into these things, whether or not they're safe, and that kind of thing. I don't think they should be regulating the manufacturing process as long as they're meeting standards.
All right. Casey, to you. Should mothers face zero legal barriers for rejecting standard medical procedures for newborns?
You're asking me all the questions that are going to make everybody on this call show up at my house with pitchforks. I absolutely think no, they should not face zero legal barriers. I don't think they should be forced to make their child undergo like an unnecessary procedure. But if it's a matter of life and death, and you've got like somebody who doesn't believe in, medicine or modern medicine or surgery or something, and a 3-year-old dies because of it, I don't think that's ethical at all either. So there should be a balance. I don't know that it needs to be the government stepping in, but you have to have like, the law that the doctors enforce, but no, I don't think there should be zero legal barriers. So bring on the pitchforks. Sorry.
Now we're looking for different opinions. I mean, even wrong ones are welcome.
Nice.
So, Rebecca, to you, should each state create its own maternal health guidelines, excluding federal agencies?
I'm going to go with the government should not be involved with maternal health statistics whatsoever, because literally it's going to be different for everyone. What's normal for me during a pregnancy may not be normal for Casey, may not be normal for Leslie. And all 3 of my pregnancies were vastly different. So go away. Mind your business.
That's the answer we're looking for there. There we go. Let's see. We got some. Kilburn said 200 to everybody for being late. He reposted. Thank you. Minus 100 to all of you. I'm going home with Casey tonight. 1,000 to Leslie. RE government oversight. What do prescriptions have to do with sandwiches? There's the sandwich comment. Minus 200 for everyone thinking malpractice lawsuits should even exist. Easy for me to say. And plus 100 to Leslie for getting vitamin toxicity like a true American. Oh my God. All right. Leslie, to you. Social safety nets. Should there be no government oversight on how recipients spend financial assistance?
At the state level, there should be, but at the federal level, no. Every state should be able to determine whether or not they have the right to purchase Fritos with, SNAP benefits or anything like that. And I know SNAP benefits are also kind of a sore subject for a lot of people, but temporarily there are situations where people need assistance. So I think it's fair to provide a hand up. But I don't think it's the federal government's job. I think the people that vote in that state for those benefits should have the opportunity to determine what it is they think is appropriate and what isn't.
Let's see here. All right. Casey, to you.
Mm-hmm.
Should private community councils, not federal programs, determine who qualifies for public aid?
So I think this is kind of a catch-22 because, without like some kind of central oversight, and I'm thinking not of the government, I'm thinking like of a business, without some kind of central oversight, there's no guardrails to guard against like the person on the community council went to high school with the person who needs aid and like sends them a bunch of money or whatever. Like there needs to be a check and balance, but I do think it should be more localized. So hopefully I get, non-pitchforks for that.
Funny you mentioned that. Scientific said negative 100 to Casey for making my pitchfork stocks go down. He threw the emoji in there, which I always like. So.
Oh, man.
Kilburn says, is it wrong that I can't give negative points to women? Yes, it is. It's equal rights. 100 to Casey for hurting scientific stocks. 100 to Rebecca for sticking it to the man. 100 to Casey, you're villain. Minus 500 to Casey for legal barriers. Plus 100 to Casey for allowing stupid people to parent, not getting in the way of good parents. Free the market, Leslie, like capitalism run the market. 100 to Rebecca for sounding smarter than David. You can't remove the Fed by having people need the Fed. Decentralization for the win, negative 100 to Casey. Plus 100 to Casey, you had me at not the government. All right, Rebecca, to you.
All right.
Should there be no federal guidelines on basic living standards, leaving it to private nonprofits?
Okay. So Ideally, the answer is yes, because the government belongs nowhere near anything, in my opinion. However, with the way that they're in bed with everything right now, if we were going to step away from that, we'd need to have some sort of like a scaling back situation, if that makes sense. But ideally, goodbye.
I lost 500 for making all the questions female related. Thought it would be fun, you know. Terry actually helped me out with these too. So negative 500 to Terry. I'm going to throw her under the bus. All right, Leslie, to you. Oh, enter scores. Never mind. Enter scores. So what we do here is you guys score each other. And so we made it a little bit more difficult than in the past. You get 1,000 points to either give or take away from a fellow contestant. So you can't do this, you know, hippie kumbaya thing where you split them and be nice to both people. So Leslie, we're going to go to you first. 1,000 points. Do you want to give or take away 1,000 points from one of your competitors here?
I can't split them at all?
You cannot split them.
You said no collective.
Sick of that
collectivist BS. No collectivist BS.
Yeah, no
all or nothing.
collectivism. Exactly. Thank you, Rebecca.
Out of order.
Dang. Gotta make me the bad guy right off the bat. Thanks.
That is exactly right.
It's okay. I won't be offended. Just take all my points because I was, being very unlibertarian.
I'm not a libertarian either. Well, I didn't used to be. I didn't used to be, but free has kind of converted me. It's evil. It's just absolutely.
No, I mean, I have a lot of libertarian ideals, like more so than anyone else, or more so than I did before when, I was like a filthy lib living up in New York City. But I definitely am more middle ground than a lot of you guys. So I'm really sorry.
Well, no, he's made me question everything that I thought I knew, so,
He has a way of doing that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Government's bad. It's easy to point out.
This round, I'll give 1,000 to Rebecca.
All right. Casey, to you.
When you give the 1,000, do you lose the 1,000?
No. I love that.
I was asking because Leslie gave it away, so I was going to give it back to her. I'll give 1,000 to Leslie. She was nice and gave 1,000 to Rebecca.
All right, Rebecca, to you.
I'm gonna be mean. Minus 1,000 from Casey for her government answers. I'm gonna.
I would fully expect. Fully expect that.
Yeah, pitchforks all around.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. David was married to a filthy lib. Minus 200. David, next time. Oh, Joe's here. Welcome, Joe. 100 for filibustering after the government said it's not allowed.
Do what I want. You know this, Joe.
Plus 100 to Rebecca for no collectivist BS. There we go. Minus 2,000 to Free for having a bed in the background with a panel full of women. You act like it's a casting couch. It's much less subtle. I mean, yeah, ignore me.
Now I want to change my virtual background just to be controversial.
To everyone who loses 1,000, there must have been a comment before that or something. I don't know. I've been called worse. There we go. 100 to Free for being the DI on the panel. There we go. Dana says abolish it. 1,000 Rebecca for no government. Let's see. Private nonprofits or individual compassion. 200 to Rebecca. There we go. I like this. Man up Tilburg. She meant Kilburn. There we go. And let's see. 500 to Rebecca and Casey's petty argument, very libertarian of them. There we go. 200 for Casey from OB. 500 to all for being nice. We don't like nice. We don't want nice. I'm trying to change the rules to get rid of the nice. All right. So we've added a new thing here, okay? Because everybody was worried about me being too nice because it's ladies and stuff. Terry had a brilliant idea to try to train an AI to sound like me. So we're doing a new one, free AI. So let me bring Terry back to the stage here. I need to do the, let's see here. I need to share. share the, that do it? Let's see here. There we go. No, remove, add. Okay. So we've got our scores here. Add Terry back to the stage here. We've got Mike is losing with negative 32,501. We're missing the negative there. Did we not hit refresh? We got to hit refresh apparently. There we go. All right. 32,501 for Mike. That's a shame. Mike was not able to do the first episode and has been losing points ever since, in case you're not in on that joke. So we've got Terry, you want to update us on the scores here?
Sure, in true AI freeze fashion, we have Casey in the lead, like she's allergic to nonsense, which is what a lot of you have. Bringing up second, we have Rebecca, and Rebecca is in charge, like she's storming the swamp all by herself. And third, I just don't know what to do with this third place thing because I'm kind of embarrassed. But Leslie's dragging along like she's in a filibuster at a Friday night farm.
When did I start sounding like I was on like the Andy Griffith show or something like that?
When I did your words with my southern accent.
Yeah, it's like, what in the Appalachia is going on with the... I say that I was born in Appalachia. Nobody come for me.
And at the end, it actually says, "Okay, babe."
That was even dumber than I thought it was going to be. Oh my God! All right, well, free AI. That was dumb. That was. Well, thank you, Terry. So, all right. Let's see here.
This is going to be.
Let me get rid of these for a second. Let's see. Minus 500 free, much like the government. He's in charge and still has no clue what the hell he's doing. That's fair. Casey, the world needs love. Let's see here. Minus 1,000 to Mike for participating in women's sports and winning.
That was good.
That's beautiful.
400 to Leslie just to equal things out. Ryan says Appalachian. Bonus points to Terry there. And let's see. Minus 100 to free for not practicing this stuff ahead of time. It wouldn't help. It really wouldn't. Minus 1,000 for making free sentient knowledge. Yeah, that's bad. Minus 100 free AI for not following Zach. Minus 100 from the government for not being nice.
They're never nice, Joe.
Yeah. All right. Back to it. Okay. Leslie, to you. Topic, reproductive rights and social issues. Should medical professionals have absolute autonomy over reproductive care without government guidelines?
No one should have absolute autonomy over any medical rights except the patient. Not even medical professionals, because I'll tell you something, those guys will take it and run with it, and the next thing you know, they're making decisions without your consent. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, I think we have an inkling on that one. So, all right, Casey, to you. Should minors make reproductive decisions without any state or federal permission?
Yeah. I mean, are we talking like 9-year-olds or are we talking like 15-year-olds? Because there is a difference, but I don't think state or federal should come into that at all. So I think like that should be like a personal slash family decision.
Okay. Rebecca, to you. Should women have the right to any procedure related to pregnancy or childbirth with no legislative interference?
My body, my choice. Go away. It should be a private decision between the mother and then obviously if she's in a relationship with the father of that child. Whatever's happening.
Okay. 1,000 for what in the Appalachia is going on. Minus 10 million points to the U.S. Department of Education Secretary Linda McMahon for mistaking AI for A1 sauce.
It's not her fault. She got tombstoned once.
Oh, the comments are unbelievable. All right. Leslie, to you. Workforce and social equity. Should businesses handle discrimination claims internally, free of state involvement?
Yes. The state has nothing to do with any private business, or shouldn't. No government should be involved in any private company's internal investigations or complaints or anything. That simple.
It is that simple. Casey, to you. Should workplace harassment disputes go to private arbitration rather than be subject to federal statutes?
Well, so if they weren't subject to federal statutes in the first place, what are you suing over?
Private
I guess would be my
arbitration.
question. But there has to be a law for you to. Oh, I see what you're saying. Private arbitration. So who puts the rules in place then?
Whether it be via contract or any sort of grievance.
Sure. No, I'm just trying to understand. Sorry, I'm not trying to be combative.
You're being a lawyer. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, and then, so who governs the contract? Like, who enforces the contract? I guess if there's no law to back it up, there's nothing to sue over. So all you have is, I realize again, pitchforks, bring them on, but like private individuals, like the reason all these regulations are in place in the first place, or the reason they're supposed to be, is to protect against discrimination or, harassment and whatever, because private individuals don't do that. The reason all these companies have these policies in place is because of the law, not because they're good people. So I don't know how you balance that. I just don't. Maybe it could be more state, less federal. But I think if there's no oversight in place whatsoever, then there's no protection and there's nothing to sue or arbitrate over. So that was a non-answer. Sorry.
Plus 100 to Casey for being combative. Joe gave you all 100 due to inflation adjustment. 500 to Casey for putting up with Free's poorly worded questions. Yeah, I'm definitely not a contract writer.
Apparently my camera just died on me. Hold on.
Let's see. 500 to Massey for knowing more about the WWE than the guy who wears the chain link fence on his head. Let's see. All right, here we go. We got more WWE here. Let's see. Minus 1,000 to Free for wording these questions like a sixth grader. Come on. They're not that bad. Maybe seventh grade. Let's see. Minus 250 to Free for getting lawyered, Marshall Erickson style. Yeah. Let's see.
I'm going to explain to David that's a How I Met Your Mother reference. He won't watch that with me.
Let's see here. Buying a little time, see if we can get Rebecca's camera going here. Not giving points for topics. This topic's answers. We know who controls reproductive rights. Fair. Let's see here. See if we get Rebecca back here. Not yet. All right. Plus 1,500 to Casey if she enters into a slap bet with David.
I kind of want to do that now. That's really funny.
We have a contestant that has left the room. What are the rules for this? I don't know. We don't really have any rules. The rules are pretty poorly written as well. Let's see here.
Do I get my points back if she doesn't come back?
Yeah, they're in escrow right now, so you can bring them back from escrow. Yeah.
Okay.
See if anybody's at the top here. Do we already do this one? Minus 5,000 to Casey for spelling it wrong. Let's see here. Ooh. So while we have a minute here, we have a little feature here that you may not be aware of called the boss fight. And I can't find the graphic for it. So this is all going really well. So the boss fight is where we have a prior contestant come in and debate one of the contestants. So welcome, David.
Nice.
So
What's
David, let me just out of curiosity, who would you like to debate here?
Let's go with Casey.
Oh, okay. So 15 seconds here. David can start, and then Casey gets 15 seconds to reply, and then I will remove Leslie and I from the stage. And
Man, it's like our love life.
Yeah, there we go. All right, David.
Oh, wait.
Do you say the debate topic?
I didn't hear what happened. So what are you doing later on? He didn't say the debate topic, but Casey.
Oh, maybe it's that question that I non-answered.
Oh, okay. No, wait. Should workplace harassment disputes go to private arbitration rather than be subject to federal statutes? Casey, do you want to respond? Because apparently Free's not on here, and
I already responded to that. I think you're supposed to be debating me.
You're supposed
I
to
don't
be
know what's
debating her.
happening.
Have you ever seen the show before, David? Come on, man.
No. But the problem is, like, you disappeared. Like, I didn't know what was happening.
You're the boss. You came in to do a boss fight with your lovely wife, and then it's been a train wreck since then.
Okay. So what do you think, Casey?
I don't know that it necessarily needs to be federal oversight, but there needs to be some kind of oversight. Otherwise, what are you suing for? Then all you have is, a private company with absolutely no law or rule or anything, kind of in the Wild West doing whatever it wants. There's no way to contract into a position. You're not, there's no way to sue over, or hold anybody accountable, I guess, not sue if there's no court system. There's no way to hold anybody accountable because there's no rules. So there needs to be something.
I agree with my wife.
Nice.
I feel like you don't understand how a debate's supposed to work, David.
Trust me, if we weren't on camera, he'd be like, these are the following reasons why you're stupid.
No, I agree with my wife. She's smart.
All right, David's gone. We're done with David. All right, Rebecca's back, and
Oh, yay.
all right. So Casey, you apparently won that debate. It was a very hard fought win with David just rolling over and agreeing with you.
I didn't even have to actually answer the question.
Yeah, you got away with it twice apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
I'm back. Sorry. Hot mess.
Yeah, no.
Apparently.
Welcome back. You missed absolutely nothing. Just throwing that out there. So.
Well,
All
hey.
right. So next
out.
question is to you, Rebecca. Well timed. Should each state create its own labor laws, replacing nationwide standards completely?
Why is this even a question? Yes, decentralize everything.
Okay. And so let me reorder, put it back in the right order. Leslie, to you, education and school choice. Should public schools receive no federal funding whatsoever, relying solely on local or private sources?
Well, they do rely on private sources because they rely on taxpayer dollars. I mean, if we're taking taxes out of the equation, we're not funding schools by any government dollars at all anymore, then yeah, I mean, we're looking at honestly, I think homeschooling is the best option at this point. Getting rid of the Department of Education, I think, is a wonderful thing, bringing it back to states. But the states are still going to provide funding, right? I mean, is that what we're talking about? Are we just talking about the federal dollars, or are we talking about federal and state dollars? So as long as there's state dollars there, then, I think we're doing just fine. I don't think we would even need local or private sources, because the budget for schools is so overinflated that the money doesn't go to the kids.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm just going to jump into the comments real quick because I missed a bunch. You'll never see this comment, so 500 to every lady except for Free. Split the numbers. Free can't say no. He's the government. 400 to Leslie. Keep it local. Free's being a real Mike Johnson. 500 to Casey for entertaining, slapping the shit out of David. Don't forget, a lot of the power comes from
You gotta take like a power stance.
Right.
Let's see here. 5,000 to David for being the special guest. Fight, said Sherry. Minus 100 to Casey. I take back the last comment. Free just muted himself. 500. David, when does the couch need to be returned to Rent-A-Center? There had to be a furniture comment. 1,000 to David for not listening. You always do this, David. 1,000 to Free for guaranteeing David sleeping on the couch tonight. Why is Free's beard and Rufio spiked symmetrically? Minus 200 to Free. David is terrible at this game, too. Minus 2,000 to him. 500 to Casey. I'm starting a GoFundMe to get David some testosterone shots. Who's donating?
Oh my gosh.
500 to Massey for skipping out on what we should all have skipped out on, David's face. Plus 1,000 to Casey for wearing the pants. 300 to Leslie for saying homeschooling is the best option. 500 to Leslie for saying homeschooling is the best option. All right, we're caught up. Oh my God. Oh. All right. Deep breaths. I've got 2 fans on it. I'm sweating from laughing so hard. All right. Casey, to you. Should homeschooling be free from testing or curriculum rules imposed by the state?
I think there should be some kind of, again, standards, because you could just say, oh, I'm homeschooling my kids and then let them watch TV all day. So, I mean, in favor of an education, there needs to be some kind of like standard. I don't know that it needs to be imposed by the state, but if there's some kind of like private body, like, like the American Bar Association, for example, for lawyers has like their own rules. So like something like that, that's private. Then I think that should be in place. I don't think it necessarily needs to be the government imposing that. But there needs to be something central.
Because they're doing such a great job now with all the standards they have now.
No, I'm not saying the government. I'm saying there needs to be like oversight, some kind of oversight, whether it's a private organization. Like, I mean, like all kinds of medical, like DOs have their own private oversight, MDs have their own private oversight, psychologists have their own private oversight. There's obviously laws as well, but there needs to be some kind of standard so that you're not just letting your kid play on their iPad all day and be like, oh, I'm homeschooling them, they're fine. So like there needs to be a balance.
All right.
See, you all
Rebecca,
hate my answer, so.
I just wanted to win one against the lawyer, so that was good for me. Rebecca, should universities operate independently of accreditation agencies, letting the market decide quality?
I mean, that already happens. People look at you differently if you have a degree from like an online school and stuff like that. So why not just be honest about it? There's no reason for the government to grade a private entity like a college.
Okay. Let me just go to the comments real quick here. 200 to Casey for hiding David's stuffed animals. David says minus 500 for thinking parents who can't read should homeschool their children. Joe Hanush, this is a hot button item for Joe. $1.4 billion budget for my school board budget with only 58,000 students, over 20K cost per student per year. And then Zach says minus 500 to David because he needs to get his TPM up. So that's an inside joke from a space that's really funny.
Oh.
All right, back to it. All right, Leslie, to you. Oh, no, enter scores. All right, so let's do this again. So you can give or take away 1,000 from your fellow competitors. Leslie, go ahead.
I'll give Casey 1,000. I
All
did
right.
not agree with your homeschooling answer, but I will still give her 1,000.
Oh, thank you.
Casey, to you.
I'll give Rebecca 1,000, even though she took 1,000 away from me because, you know, I'm nice. Kidding.
All right. And then Rebecca, to you.
So I can give or take away 1,000?
Correct.
I'm gonna spice it up a little bit and take 1,000 from Leslie because was she in the lead last time, or was that Casey?
No, I'm in dead last.
Oh, well then minus 1,000 to you for being dead last. I do have blue eyes for the person that's asking in the comments.
All right, so the scores are Casey's got 11,850, Rebecca's got 7,550, and Leslie's got 6,450. So, all right. Remove that.
I feel like I'm getting a lot of points just for like being like, you know, moving David's furniture and stuff or something.
Just take it, you know.
I mean, I'll take
right.
it, but
Sorry, these comments are killing me right now.
I don't even see comments.
1,000 Rebecca for sticking it to poor people.
That's what killed me.
Equity at its finest, 50 to Leslie. 1,000 if Rebecca has blue eyes. It's a super rare combination. There we go. 500 to Leslie for giving Casey 1,000. Joe took 500 from his local school board.
Should be like 500 million from his local school board.
500 Rebecca for being a redhead. Minus 500 to Casey for loving oversight. Andy says 100 to Leslie for having decorations in the background that match Free's personality. That's, you should have gone with intelligence. I got personality. I don't know. Yeah. 500 to Casey for learning standards are important. I assume she started dating David after she started dating David. Parental oversight for the win. They are your kids. If you break them, that's your problem. Yeah. All right. So on to fill in the meme. So what we're doing here is guessing the meme or improving on the meme if you'd like to. The rules are yes. So open me from you. I didn't know this was in here. Open me from USAID. Ooh, 1,000 points for every lady here. There we go.
I decline the handout points. I decline the handout points.
There we go. All right. So Leslie,
yesterday.
to you, caption this image.
Oh, good Lord. You're not coming for my kids.
I like that. Casey, to you.
Oh, caption the same image? I was just going to scream really loud. That's what she's going to do. Like, ah! I don't have anything funny to say about this. I'm sorry. Like, too many, like, I think she's like, thinking about her ex-boyfriend or something right now.
Oh, there you go. Rebecca, to you.
How it feels when you're interrupted at a city council meeting.
Ooh, very topical. The correct answer here was homeschooling with grandpa.
What?
So, let's see here.
Hey, it's better than an iPad.
There you go. All right, Leslie, to
Practical
you.
life skills.
Mike Johnson says, but without the Fed, how would we fund the wars? And Ron Paul replies, what?
Without the Fed, we wouldn't have wars.
Very true. Casey, to you.
I don't know. Is that actually your face? Like, what are you saying? He's a weird looking dude. Sorry. He looks like a
Yeah,
dog.
he is. Rebecca, to you.
That's why we're ending the Fed.
Both of you were close. All right. So, but without the Fed, how would we fund the wars? And Ron Paul replies, that's the neat part. You don't. So there we go. End the Fed.
It's not focusing, but end the Fed.
End the Fed. All right. Leslie, to you. I think he's the one. What did he text? I think he's the one. What did he text to get that reply?
Yes, dear.
Ooh, all right. Casey, to you.
I feel like the correct answer is going to be like dick pic or something, so I'll just stick with that.
That's the correct answer. It's a dick pic. All right. Oh, okay.
Unsolicited.
Rebecca, to you.
So my turn now?
Yeah, Rebecca, yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I did the dishes and the kids are asleep.
Oh, that's a good one too. The correct answer is he said taxation is theft.
That's also fair.
Yeah. 500 for Casey for letting David know what screaming loudly out of joy sounds like.
Oh.
600 to Scientific for recognizing Casey's screams. 500 to David for a joke. 1,000 to Leslie, no wars, no Fed. Let's see. 1,000 to Casey to prove David doesn't influence our decisions. 1,000 to Leslie for being last. 1,000 to poor people so they have something. All right. All right, Leslie, back to you. Oh, I lost. Where am I? There we go. Most experts agree what?
You shouldn't play with matches?
That's good. Casey, to you.
I was going to say, like, cooking meth is bad.
That's a very Florida answer. Very good. Rebecca, to you.
Bombing kids with my tax dollars is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
That's
Most
Florida.
experts agree bombing people makes their children hate you. Yep. Leslie, to you.
Something tells me she didn't get it right.
All right. Casey, to you.
I have nothing on this. I have nothing.
Rebecca, to you.
When Free tells us that he's the government and he makes up the rules.
Ooh, that's really good. All right. And the correct answer was when your neighbor tells you the next election will solve your problems. There we go.
Bonus points if they tell you which color to vote.
Yeah. 1,000 to Casey for bringing up meth. Meth answer was very popular. 500 to Casey for the Ybor City meth answer. Yes, that's Taylor Swift. Yep. And all right, Leslie, back to you. What do these two people have in common?
Great minds think alike.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Casey,
These are...
you.
Really bad hair?
That's fair. Rebecca, to you.
So wait, say that.
What do they have in
What
common?
do these two have in common? Way too much.
What do they agree on?
Way
too much. All right. Correct answer here is 2 out of 2 economists agree tariffs work. There we go.
But they
Let's see
don't.
here.
Unless you apply them to penguins.
This is hang on.
Did you say
This
penguins?
fire-
Neither understand. Yeah, penguins. Did you not hear? He literally tariffed one of the islands that was listed. Is literally home to penguins and seals.
Oh, well, they deserve to be
Like,
tariffed if anybody does.
obviously.
So.
Like, make flightless birds great again. Tariff them.
Well, that's just so nobody else can move in there and start manufacturing things tariff-free on the island.
Shh, you took
It
away my
cut off
plan.
my slides at 100 here. Well, that's no good. All right, give me a second. Terry, you got any more funny things with the score while I fix this? Let's see here. Let me.
He's like
add Terry. Terry, can you do the scores?
I can. Let's see here. Let me make sure that it gets refreshed. And oh my gosh, Casey is kicking it. She is absolutely getting down up in here. She is serving it up with attitude for all of you guys out there in La La Land. Okay? And no, that was not free. That was Terry. Okay.
Deluluville population U.
Okay, you guys want me to do free for real now? Okay. All right. We got to go to Chicago. Can't do it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Don't do free. That was cute.
Chicago.
Second ain't. Okay, you guys, I'm
Chicago.
focusing now. Second ain't first, sweetheart. Stop tiptoeing around the damn Constitution.
Oh my God.
And that would be Rebecca. Stop dancing. All right. And in third place, we're going to do free or Terry. Let's see. Third place, we got Leslie dragging it on in like she's trying. No, that's not it. Leslie, you're in third, babe. What's going up with that? You out there doing coffee break like you're a damn government employee.
I earned
my
it. I worked
God.
hard the last 2 weeks.
I'm having way too much fun doing this. I want to. In fourth place, we have Free, who can't get anything to work tonight.
No, I really can't.
I mean, hey, at least your video feed and audio feed didn't go down. So,
Oh, gosh. All right, you guys, give me some points out there in the comments because, that was not easy to get my voice to go like that.
Terry, can you do a couple comments while I'm trying to reload this?
I can try. Let's see. Make sure I can still read. Uh-oh. We got a bunch of, oh no, we better not say that. No, okay. We got plus 500 to Rebecca, but I have no idea what it's for because it doesn't say, but I'll make sure she gets the points. And then we have PowerPoint has been around for 30 years, Free. It doesn't know how to use, and Free doesn't know how to use it.
That's
See,
fair.
Free, yep. So minus 1,000 points for you there, buddy. It looks like Zach's out there laughing his ass off, which is all good with me. And then, oh God, Casey is trying to nuke Casey for the wrong spelling of her name.
womp womp.
I am not. Okay, Casey, you're going to pay for that one. Male Casey out there that spells it wrong, you're going to pay for that one. And I can't read and nuke at the same time, so you're going to have to wait out there, buddy. All right. So, Mike winning ladies night has to be, Mike winning has to be the most ladies night thing ever. We need a boss fight between Leslie and Terry. I don't think so, honey. You better make it a good topic. A plus 1,000 for Terry trying to go Chicago. Okay, I'm gonna have the laughies again. I'm getting more points. Terry gets any remaining points I have just because she is awesome. Thank you so much, Kilburn. It's so nice to get a compliment every once in a blue moon. Plus $300. Oh, 300 points for Casey. She rocks. That she does. She absolutely does.
You know, you can
Terry,
put them on the screen, Terry.
well, okay, now you're asking me to do 4 things at once, Free. Can you please get your shit together over there? I mean, my God.
Oh my God. All right, so I'm taking over. Yeah.
Thank God.
Microsoft
Minus
Paint.
1,000 free for having to restart Microsoft Paint for it to work correctly. There we go. Free if you tried turning it off and back on again. Minus 500 to Joe for not teaching you better. 1,000 to Casey because of David. There we go. 1,000 to Free for not being on the screen. Yep. Minus 2476 to Casey because David thinks he has the authority to give points. Minus 2476 to Casey for being married to David. I don't know. We went to decimals all of a sudden. 300 to Terry for the White House background. 1,000 to Casey for being the better Casey. Let's see. All right. So after 8 reloads, I finally got it working. So back to it.
That's less than usual.
Yeah, there we go. Leslie, to you. When you were promised what, the response is, those bastards lied to me.
When you were promised a free country.
Nice. Casey, to you.
Sorry, I think I'm thinking too hard about these pictures. Like I'm trying to see what's happening here. I don't know. When you were promised a working vehicle, like I don't.
Usually a government theme, a little tip for you.
Government thing. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Rebecca, to you.
When you were promised a balanced budget, those bastards lied to me.
There you go. Pretty close, both of you. When you were promised a relentless assault on corruption and taxes, but got tariffs and wars instead.
When were we promised that?
The campaign, he promised a lot of stuff that he hasn't done yet.
Whatever, man.
Just saying.
I don't buy it.
All right, Leslie, to you. What's missing from this picture?
That looks inappropriate.
What's missing from this picture? It's a visual.
Stormy Daniels.
Piss on all of you.
Who said Stormy Daniels? That might be the comment of the night. There we go.
Yeah, that one wins. I'm not even going to top that one.
I think we should not even continue on.
That's it.
Casey wins that one. The real answer is the stock market. Yeah. So.
That works too.
Oh my God.
No,
the comments.
Casey's was way better. All right, Rebecca, to you. What did he text Trump?
What do you have against penguins?
That's good. Leslie, to you.
I'm drawing a blank on that one. I couldn't even begin. Sorry.
Casey, to you.
I'm taking a pass.
I don't know, this isn't funny, but I'm going to indefinitely detain all your travelers and steal all their data.
Ooh, I have another one.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Where are you going to buy all your MAGA gear from? How?
That's really good. Yeah, we got some fun ones in here. I'm so sorry, Mr. Trump. Something Wong. Blame Canada. Donald, why you brocked me?
That would kill me.
Dude, come on.
So bad.
Oh,
These are all very high taste. The correct answer here is you real asshole, Donald. Oh my God. 1,000 to Casey because Jim Bob might need a lawyer at some point. Plus 1,000 to Casey, plus 100 to Casey for not being angry and ineffective libertarian. Plus 500 Rebecca for being the first female that's not buying it. 200 to Rebecca for sticking up for Trump. I must have
When
missed
did I
that.
do that? I rescind that
I must have
comment.
I
missed
don't think
that.
she did that. You
I
should
did
just
not.
take the points.
I'll take the
Just
points
take,
because,
take
you know.
yeah. Plus 100 to Leslie for free country. Plus 300 Casey. Plus 100 to Leslie. That was a good answer. I think we got all the rest of them here. Let's see. I don't know. We got a stockpile of them here. Let's see here. All right. Next one. We'll go to you, Leslie. Spending money on the grandkids makes them happy. What does not make them happy?
I don't have grandkids. Telling them you owe for it? You got to pay for it?
Okay. Casey, to you?
I'm just looking ahead of your questions here, telling the government telling you, you know, how you can spend that money.
Pretty close. Rebecca, to you?
Spending money on USAID projects.
Fair. All right. So the correct answer is spending money on the grandkids, letting grandkids opt out of Social Security.
I was gonna make a Social Security joke too, and thought it was too low hanging fruit. Now I'm mad at myself.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, you know.
I know.
All right. So Leslie, to you. Conservatives in 2021 to 2024, everything's too expensive. Conservatives in 2025, I made everything more expensive, and they reply, what?
It'll get better? No.
Casey, to you?
I don't have a clue.
I feel like he doesn't need to say anything. He just needs those swirly eyes, you know, like he's in a cult.
There you go.
Mhm.
Rebecca?
Thank you, Orange Jesus.
Pretty close.
Or that.
So they were complaining everything was so expensive in 2021 to 2024, and then Trump made things even more expensive, and they reply, that's 5D chess. 5D chess. So, all right, Leslie, to you. I'm going to cut government spending, and what actually happens?
We're going to increase the debt ceiling.
Very true. Casey, to you?
I'm going to increase. I don't have a good one for this one. Sorry.
Rebecca, to you.
Spend.
$1 trillion defense. Trillion dollar defense budget.
Yep, that's dead on. I'm approving a $1 trillion defense budget. Yep, good job. All right, Leslie, to you. If you don't like the government, why don't you just leave? And the response is what? An Office Space reference if you don't place it.
I never watched Office Space.
Oh, it's a classic. You gotta check that out.
And go where? There's government everywhere.
That's true. Casey, to you.
I'm sorry. All that's in my head right now is PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean? So I have nothing for this one either. Sorry.
I always think of, whenever I see this movie, I think of Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster by the Ghetto Boys.
Right.
Rebecca, to you.
Why should I have to leave? I was here first. Because that's the line.
Ooh, really
I think
close.
that's the line that I think that's the line from the movie right there too.
Yeah, you're real close.
Because it's when he's talking about Michael Bolton. I was Michael.
Mhm.
I had Michael Bolton first.
Yeah, if you don't like the government, why don't you just leave? No way, why should I leave? They're the ones who suck. So, yeah, you were close.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Let's see here. 500 to Rebecca for having glasses. 1,000 to Rebecca if she throws her glasses in anger. It works, just saying.
Maybe. We'll see.
1,000 to Rebecca for thinking the game doesn't have low-hanging fruit.
Should have
1,000 to
known.
Jim Bob. Minus 100 to Andy for his Randy Savage glasses and Scott Steiner headgear. Plus 100 to Leslie for keeping it real. Spending David's allowance. Oh my God. Plus 500 to Rebecca for fighting the Penguins. Plus 500 to Rebecca. Sorry, Free, it wasn't Brittany. Uh, 500 to Casey for letting David know what it's. There we go. Where did that one?
This old
All
one.
right. 500 to Casey for using profanity. David's too uptight for that. Plus 500 Rebecca. 74% of a quote a man should have gotten. All right. Leslie, to you. Kramer, what's going on in there?
I can't see it.
It's all green.
That may be why I can't see it. Is it stocks?
Yeah, the stocks are all
Looks like
green.
it's stocks.
Was that it? Casey? We can go to Casey.
Just so you know.
Don't go to Casey. I got nothing.
I got something.
Rebecca, to you.
Rebecca has something.
They're out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
We got like an Oscar the Grouch out of that one.
Yeah,
All right,
I know.
so Casey, what's
I cannot. That's
Casey,
my
what's
Kramer
going on?
impression. I'm not very good.
There we go. Casey, what's going on in there? Or Kramer, what's going on there? No new tariffs today, Jerry. That's yeah. So the stock market's all green. Yeah, David penalized you for using profanity, Casey.
I'm surprised the number isn't higher. Actually, I'm in so much trouble.
All right, Leslie, you. Republicans dream, and then what?
America's Nightmare.
Casey, to you.
Yeah, similar reality. It's yes.
Rebecca, to you. You should get this because it's red.
Socialist stream.
All right, so Republicans dream, Republicans reality.
Oh, that's fair.
Leslie, to you. Bunch of girls wearing a shirt saying the force is female, and Han Solo replies, what?
That could be really inappropriate. I can't do it.
All right, Casey, to you.
The force is female. I don't know.
Is it me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Casey.
Oh, that's not how the force works.
Rebecca, to you.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
The real answer is the force is female, and Han Solo says, may the force go make me a sandwich.
Oh my god.
Oh.
My other answer was going to be F off Kathleen Kennedy.
There you go. All right, Leslie, to you.
Take my fist in anger. I'll throw my glasses in anger at Kathleen Kennedy. There's that. Plus 1,000 points to
There we
me.
go. All right, they're getting a little spicier, let's just say. Leslie, to you. Batman slaps Trump for saying what? This one's topical. This was in the news.
Fight.
Okay. Casey, to you.
I'm the most libertarian candidate of all the libertarian candidates.
Ooh, that's a good one. Rebecca, to you.
Art of the deal.
Art of the deal. Well, this one was actually in the news this week. He slaps him for saying Gretchen Whitmer is a very good person. So he praised Gretchen Whitmer at the White House this week. So, all right, Leslie, to you. MAGA in unison is saying what?
I could get in real trouble for saying this, but yes, master.
Casey, to you.
Yeah, like that scene in The Mummy where they're all like, you like Trump. Yeah, basically. Emotep.
Rebecca, to you.
Oh, God. I'm going to go with Art of the Deal. Keep it the same.
Deal. All right. Tariffs are really good, actually, but
God
it's also
damn
good
it!
if
I
they're
was going to
paused
talk about the stupid pause on tariffs.
for 90 days. or if they don't happen at all. Yep.
Sorry, I'm
That
kicking
one,
myself because I was literally going to say that.
that one was for you, Andy. Andy likes the tariffs, so like to point out that they're not actually good, and it's better if they're paused or they don't happen at all. So, Leslie, to you.
Also acceptable 5D chess.
Yeah. There's a couple that just work for all these, including taxation is theft for a lot of them too. All right, Leslie, to you. When you realize what?
You didn't get what you voted for?
That's a good one. Casey, to you.
You realize if you ever met your president idol, he would probably grab your ass.
Ooh, really good. Rebecca, to you.
What?
When you realize that you, oh no, hold on, I had it. When you realize that Kamala was the better candidate.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna be
Yikes.
contrarian on purpose.
Yeah, no, that's about as contrarian as it gets. All right, so the real answer is when you realize the feminist movement is a government scam so they can get the other half of the population working so they can double the tax intake and raise your children by their standards. So I'm surprised nobody got that. That was pretty easy, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely not wordy at all.
Yeah, no. All right, Leslie, to you. What women think and then what the reality is.
What? I don't even
Kind of a
get this at
before,
all.
it's almost a before and after kind of thing.
What? I don't know. What women think they'll do for their kids.
Oh, you're on the right track. Casey, to you.
Oh, yeah, maybe how women think they would be in an uprising person. What they would actually be doing. I don't know.
That is correct. That's the right answer. What women think they'll do if the economy collapses versus what they'll actually do.
Cool.
All right, Rebecca, to you.
It's a major award.
What's that?
I said it's a major award.
Delay.
A major award. All
Must
right,
be
Leslie, to you.
Italian.
Leslie, to you.
You're asking me? Oh, okay.
They're memes. You guess them.
When you get your income tax return.
There you go. Casey.
You guys get returns?
Yeah, right. Casey, to you.
I don't know. I guess since this is ladies' night, I'll say, the male ego.
Oh, nice. Uh-oh, somebody sent me a box of
I'm about to lose a lot of
masculinity
points.
again. There we go. Well done. There's a couple comments here.
Wait, did I get it right?
That was right, yeah.
Okay.
Scientific says MAGA in unison saying size doesn't matter. 500 to Casey for grabbing David's ass so no other woman has to go through that. 1,000 to Rebecca for throwing her glasses in anger. 500 to Free for being a strong, independent man that makes his own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I put in the PB&J because I know that's what you meant. Leslie, Casey, and Rebecca are better. 1,500 to each. Speaking of got nothing, did you know Casey willingly married David minus 250? Oh my God. All right, Rebecca, to you. What is this?
Oh no. When you sneeze while peeing.
Oh my God. Leslie, to you.
This is way too familiar because I have an 11-year-old who doesn't lift the seat in the middle of the night. Bad housekeeping day.
There you go. Casey, to you.
That just makes me think of every public women's restroom. It's like, ladies, do your squats. Like you can hover closer than that.
All right, the real answer here is the women's restroom at the 2024 DNC.
I knew it was going to go there. That was why I said, oh no. I was like, I'm not touching that. That's a trap.
You know,
Michelle,
equality is poking fun at everybody, right? All right,
one of the comments.
Rebecca, to you. What is this?
Free the nipple.
Leslie, to you.
Are we going transgender now? I mean, is that what the,
I think that was the only one. That's the only one. The last one.
But everybody
and
else
just to
got
be
theirs.
clear, I think everybody should be free to pee on whatever seat they want to. I'm a libertarian, so Leslie, go ahead.
But everybody else got theirs.
Sorry, that broke up a little bit.
I said, but everybody else got theirs.
There you go. All right, Casey, to you.
Not touching.
Nothing. All right. The correct answer here is any world event happens, and French feminists do that. So.
Also fair.
All right, Rebecca, to you. My son Muhammad was a martyr at 17, and she replies, what?
You should hear about my daughter before she got married.
All right, Leslie, to you.
You must be so proud.
All right, Casey, to you.
Yeah, I was gonna go in Rebecca's direction, so I'll just give that one to her. that was the correct answer.
All right, the real answer here is my son Muhammad was a martyr at 17, and she replies, they blow up so fast.
Oh no.
No. Right.
No. What's bad is my second thought was that's the bomb. So I already know where I'm headed.
All right, Rebecca, back to you.
Tax on, tax off.
Tax on, tax off is the right one. Tax on, tax off. All right, Leslie, to you.
I stole that one today.
Parasites don't have rights. And he replies, not sure if what?
Ivermectin is biased? I don't know any of these. I don't know any of these.
Casey, to you.
Not sure if they're using that word correctly.
All right. Rebecca, to you.
Not sure if they meant the unplanned pregnancy or themselves.
Yeah, real close. Not sure if the argument is pro-choice or anti-socialist. Yeah. So, all right. Leslie, to you. You said no more tariffs, and Cat Trump replies, what?
That was last week.
Fair. Casey, to you.
Psych.
Psych would work too. Rebecca?
China.
All right. The correct answer is you said no more tariffs, and Cat Trump replies, I said no, comma, more tariffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 500 to me for my first interaction with more than one real woman. Proud of you, buddy. Yeah, thank you. You went Michelle Obama's toilet on that one.
That was the P one.
Yeah, SecDef's rifle scorecard. All right. Let's see, Leslie, back to you. Women are so oppressed. What?
They get free stuff every day.
Fair.
Free
Casey,
college,
to you.
free food.
They have to use the handicap ramp? Like, I think I'm overthinking the actual pictures.
Yeah, you went too deep on that one.
Yeah.
Rebecca, to you.
Because it's topical, it's probably we have to show our ID to vote.
Okay. The real answer is women are so oppressed that I can build an entire career out of the fact that I have a vagina. So.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, man.
That's fair. Leslie, to you. What's the caption here?
I got mine already. Sorry.
Kamala's next career.
That's good. Casey, to you.
I don't know what to do with these. I can pass.
Your reaction's good enough. Rebecca, to
Okay.
you.
Life finds a way.
Oh,
That's how I started. I was like,
that
oh
was
my
good.
God.
The real answer is just another unrealistic body expectation for women.
Also fair.
Wow, 0 points to Massey. I want to give points, but also take them away.
Fair.
All right. Leslie, to you. What's the caption here? She's going through world history.
The truth is out there, but we'll never know it.
That's fair. Casey, to you.
I was gonna say the truth is not in there.
Ooh, that's good too. Rebecca, to you.
The truth comes from the victor.
All three were good. Yep. The real answer is when I hear the phrase "men don't start drama."
That's the one.
Leslie, to you. No one has more to say than who? This is the one my son thought would get me in trouble. So
A mom at a school board meeting.
ooh, that's pretty good. Casey, to you.
I don't know. An idiot belligerently sticking to his ideas at all costs.
That's fair. That's basically the whole internet right there. Rebecca, to you.
A libertarian with a podcast.
Ooh, that's fair. That's very fair. We all have podcasts, by the way.
I'm right, exactly. That's why it's apropos.
Makes me feel a little bit better about the real answer, which is no one has more to say than a woman who says she doesn't want to talk about it.
That's fair.
So that's true, but let me tell you the ways that I don't want to talk about it because you're not having a conversation.
500 Rebecca, life finds a way. All right. Leslie, to you. Women's basketball, what?
Don't have anything. Sorry.
Casey,
It's on
to
you,
you.
Casey.
I grew up in an Indiana basketball family, and both my sisters played basketball, so I'm not going to crap on the women basketball. Sorry.
That's fair. I'll do it for you. Rebecca,
Okay.
go ahead.
I used to play basketball in middle school. Women's basketball. Where do they make the sandwiches?
That's pretty good. Women's basketball, we know it's a joke too.
Yeah. Womp womp. I knew it was going that direction.
Yeah. Leslie, to you. What's Melania thinking here? We got 250 to Casey for guessing David.
I should have stayed home that night.
Ooh, that's good. Casey, to you.
I was going to say, why didn't I stay in Eastern Europe?
That's fair. Rebecca, to you.
Honestly, her face looks like I shouldn't have trusted that part is what it looks like she's saying right now.
And the real answer is when all you wanted was a sugar daddy and now you're the first lady of the United States. All right. Leslie, to you. China's getting petty with this trade war thing. What does the fortune cookie say?
I have mine.
You just paid 500% more for, or what's the Geico commercial? Say it cost you 15% extra for this fortune cookie.
There you go. Casey, to you.
I'm going to say, you could have bought that random, like, tiny little product for... It's not funny. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm very tired.
Rebecca, to you.
It was along Leslie's lines.
Confucius says today's weather forecast is cloudy with a chance of 150% tariffs.
That's good. So China is getting petty with this trade war thing, and the fortune cookie says Donald is asshole. So, so
Excuse me, I think asshole has an E at the end.
yeah. All right, Leslie, to you. Do the dishes, and he replies, what?
I don't know how.
Fair. Casey, to you.
Don't they do themselves?
That's fair as well. Rebecca, to you.
Why would I do that when I married you?
You're pretty close. Do the dishes, and he replies, can't Trump ban men from playing in women's sports.
Oh my God.
My son said this wasn't going to go well for me, so I'm really shocked that it's gone this well. So, all right, Leslie, to you.
What the hell
Before
is
and
that?
after of what?
Rehab. Before rehab and after rehab. I don't know.
All right.
That's scary.
Casey, to you.
I'm gonna say, don't do drugs, stay in school.
That's also fair. Rebecca, to you.
Before Justin Timberlake, after Justin Timberlake.
That's actually true. Real
Correct.
answer is Democrats in 95, Democrats in 2025. So, Leslie, to you. Caption this.
Not just a pretty face. Not a pretty face.
Casey, to you.
I don't know, something along the lines of, smug old white man. Diversity rules. I don't know.
That's fair. Rebecca, to you.
Would you like to go hunting?
That's pretty good. Correct answer is dick pic.
Oh my God. No.
The best
yes,
is
but no.
This is what I see backstage is Terry just disappearing back and forth, like laughing hysterically the whole time. All right, Leslie, your pants say yoga.
Oh, Lord. I can't. These things are in my head, but if I say them, they're going to be horrible things, Free. They're going to be horrible things.
The Brittany
no.
one, Scientific had before Free wasn't interested, after Free is very interested. That's pretty good too. Did you answer, Leslie? I talked over you.
Your
Sorry.
pants say yoga. No. Your pants say yoga. The bulge says.
No, you froze up a little bit. We didn't hear the end. You froze up a little bit. We didn't hear the end.
I'm breaking up really bad.
Yeah. All right. We'll just skip
Your
to Casey.
pants say yoga. The bulge says no go.
It says no go. All right. Casey, to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, your ass says Dairy Queen.
Ooh, correct answer. Your pants say yoga, but your ass says McDonald's. Yep.
I was going to say, but
Well
your
done.
body says Taco Bell. So,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. All well done. Rebecca, to you. What's this?
What's going on? I can't do the high pitch, but what's going on?
What's going on? Okay. Leslie, to you.
The latest
toy.
DEI hire.
That's fair. Casey, to you.
That's like He-Man, right? It's like She-Man. From He-Man and She-Ra? Is that who that is?
Pretty
Drag
close.
Queen He-Man?
It's he, them.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca, to you. Caption this.
Oh, no.
What's up,
The
Nick?
newest Columbia students.
All right. Leslie, to you.
Today's version of All in the Family.
Ooh, really good.
That part.
Casey, to you.
I think that's a nice picture. I don't know what to say about it.
You don't know who that is, do you?
I have absolutely no idea. No.
Ilhan Omar.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Married her brother.
Gotcha. All in the family.
All right, so the correct answer here is Bang Bro.
Oh, gross.
So on that high note, let's do the scores. And let me see here. Oh, Terry's dying. That's so funny. Now I lost the other one. We'll just skip the scores. So I could just read it. Oh, wow, it was close. Casey with 16,350, which is roughly 36,350 more than David's gotten all of his times combined. And Rebecca with 16,250, lost by 100 points to Casey. And Leslie pulling up the rear at 9,050. So well done, ladies. That was fun. What'd you think?
Definitely good.
It was fun.
Now I know my audience more.
All right.
Next time I'll just run a psyop and make myself win.
There you go. All right. So thanks for doing this. Let's. I want to give you a chance to plug anything you want. Rebecca, I'm sure you've got something prepared, so let's go to you first.
I don't have anything prepared, but we'll just do it off the cuff. All right. Anyways, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, I'm now You Are the Power's Western Regional Organizer. So I have my home state, which is Arizona, and all of the 12 most Western states, including Alaska and Hawaii. So if you are a part of one of those states and wanting to do more with You Are the Power, learn more about it, and help us fight for human respect, go ahead and follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And Elon dead names his daughter, so I'm going to dead name Twitter. And we'll get connected and we'll talk more about what we need out here on the West Coast.
Excellent. Leslie, what are you up to?
Still pushing the petition. We're trying to get some answers out of the AG and force his hand a little bit on getting the grand jury convened. So sign that petition. Let's get it forced a little harder and share it whenever you can.
Awesome. I think Ryan's responding to Rebecca there. Sign me up. I'm sure he already follows you.
If not, I'll yell at him in cyberspace.
There you go. I'll also be glad to yell at him for you if you need that. So
I appreciate the support. Thank you.
Of course. Casey, would you like to plug your marriage or anything?
I was going to say, I have absolutely nothing to plug. I mean, I know you guys are all, like David is so much deeper into this stuff than I am, and he would have answered these questions better than I would have, I'm sure. So go follow him on X, and I don't even get on there. So I know, super exciting.
Well, thanks for doing this. Terry, do you have anything in closing? You're muted.
I got it. Thank you very much. I know how to do that. I appreciate your help and support. Thank you.
You're muted again. Sorry, I had to.
Oh God, I can't. Okay, now I can't even. I got tears. I can't even see if I'm freaking muted or not. Hey guys out there in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tonight. I had an absolute blast. My makeup is running down my face. You ladies were phenomenal, and I loved every second of it. Free, great job, partner.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this. You guys were awesome. I know you kept saying stuff like, I don't have the right answer or whatever. Great answers. I loved hearing your perspective. We tried to prepare questions that we thought would give a different perspective than the sausage fest we usually have on here. So, appreciate you guys putting yourself out there and giving answers to a rough crowd. So, and particularly to Casey for putting up with all of us making fun of her marriage. So, but yeah. So, and obviously, thank you to the chat. You guys were awesome. Made it so much more fun. Great job by all of you. And if you ladies will hang out for a second, I'll end the stream and then we can say goodbye. So thank you to everybody. Appreciate y'all. And thanks for joining us. Good night.